Yes, people, welcome to another edition of the Big Fights, Big Nights Only show, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. I am joined by one of three of my fellow co-hosts. The other two will be here. Shout out to Beans, shout out to JK. But let me introduce my first co-host, well, my only co-host that's here currently. You get me? The talented R&B singing nigga, man like Lindrix. What you telling me, man? You good?
Yo, I'm good, fam. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Fresh off watching that fight.
Yeah, man. Hey, fam, you was Pink Hoodie Flawless the other night. I'm Pink Hoodie Zayla tonight. Yeah, let's go.
I ain't gonna lie, that Pink Hoodie's fire still. I might have to get some more Pink Hoodies. That's fire,
bro.
That's
Trust me, man. Yours is flames, bro. In fact, I want one of the Sarcasm City ones, bro.
Yeah. We're gonna have to pattern that. With things opening back up, then we should be able to get to that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and getting more Sarcasm City merch. Love to everyone who's locked in. I can see the numbers already shooting up, but we're here. Big fights, man. Big nights only to recap. DILLIAN WHYTE stopping Alexander Povetkin in, it was 5 rounds, wasn't it?
4.
Was it 4 rounds? I knew it was 5 or 4 rounds. Great bout, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is Sarcasm City. We're not always accurate with all the key details, but we know what we are talking about when it comes to boxing, in it. You know what I'm saying? This is Big Fights, Big Nights Only show. Like I said, we're gonna recap it. We'll recap the bout. What's next for White? What's next for Povetkin? What we think we'll see against what we want to see as well. But make sure you check out the previous show we did as well, because we spoke on what happens if White wins, what happens if White loses, etc., etc. But yeah, I can see the numbers shooting up. So if you're watching via my Twitter on the Periscope, you already know what to do. Retweet the tweet, like the tweet. Make sure you follow myself, Lindrix, Beans, and JK. All our accounts are tagged in the tweet. And if you're watching on YouTube, you know what to do. Hit the like button on the video. Very important you do that. Let's get these likes up. Make sure you share it across all the socials and subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. Like I said, we keep it coming, man. We keep shows coming. Like, it's not all football. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we cover the football then, but we cover the boxing. We cover the MMA. Now we have a politics show. We have a sports Q&A show. Like, we're just going to keep the content rolling. So, yeah, love to everyone who's supporting. Like I say,
we've got a relationship show coming.
Relationship show coming. There's more shows coming, people. There's more shows coming. Big up 11 who says big up Sarcasm City TV. Big up. He said White was going on like the first fight never happened. No fear. We're going to touch on that as well. We're going to touch on that. Big up man like NB, who's one of the mods. He says big up the most hardworking brother on the planet. In Flawless, can't repeat it enough. Respect the grind. N'Golo Kante, 99 stamina. Free Lungs FC. Free Lungs FC is great. Free Lungs FC is fantastic. That's really good. That is real
That's
good.
Amazing.
That's real good. I like that. Salute to NB. He said, White has been doing this thing for time. He should have had his title shot with either Wilder, AJ, or Fury ages ago, not going to lie. Of course, we are going to touch on that. But yes, that is the main talking point, because obviously it's the recap Big Fights, Big Nights. White stopping Povetkin within 4 rounds. And, yo, White went out there. I mentioned it on the preview show. How is White going to approach it? Is it going to change his approach? Is him getting knocked out in that fashion gonna play on his mind? Did it, Ek? He went for it from the first round. White jumped out like 1-1 said. It didn't touch him. 1-1 said it here. White was going on like the first fight never happened. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Acting like the first fight never happened. And I gotta respect that, because he didn't change his style in terms of that. He didn't show fear. He wasn't cautious, but he was clever. Because even he said it in the interview afterwards, and he was making me laugh. He's like, I could have got him out there in the first round, but he was like, that would be stupid of me to do that. And he was catching him in the first round, staggered. Povetkin was staggered on a couple of occasions in that first round. White won that round clearly won that round. Second round pretty much followed suit as well. I don't remember Povetkin really connecting with anything of note. There was nothing that happened where you thought, oh, White's in trouble here. All it was is you need to be careful. That's literally it. You know what I'm saying? Look at Lindrix getting food brought to him.
Why keep bringing me food and that?
Yeah, man. By the lovely Mrs. Lindrix Zayla. You know what I'm saying?
Mrs. Zayla.
Yeah, Mrs. Zayla. Yeah, man. She out here looking after. It's right, innit? You chow down, fam. It's calm, no stress. And you lot get your questions in. And give us your thoughts on the
City, bro. You get to do everything on here, innit?
Yeah, that is true. There is no rules here. The only rule is there's no rules. There is no rules in it. You know what I'm saying? Only rules is you have to be able to bust joke. That's pretty much in it. If you can't bust joke, this ain't the place for you, but you're gonna get in your feelings. Like, that's
you got to bust joke, with a bust your ass. Get the fuck out of here.
That's literally it. So yeah, second round again, pretty much followed suit. Third round, pretty much followed suit. It seemed that White could have stopped him at any points. Like I think it was a shot either in the second or the third round that White caught him with. I still can't believe that Povetkin was on his feet. He caught him with a big right hand. One of them where White, he's crept low and like Povetkin swinging at him and he's caught him. And I've gone, ooh, expecting to hear the drop. Povetkin staggered back. I'm like, what is Povetkin's chin made of? His chin is incredible. Because I don't think there's many people on the planet that could take that shot in the fashion in which he took that. Go on, Lindry.
There's no other heavyweight for me out there that would take that shot as smoothly as Povetkin did.
Ridiculous.
His jaw's relentless. But that also speaks to White's power for the way that he was able to get him out of there.
Yes.
Because that's amazing.
Yeah, so they're the ones that's the shot that stood out to me before the knockout. And then boom, we went into the fourth round. The short right, and he said he shortened it up that he caught him with. It didn't look that powerful, but you know it hurt for Povetkin to bounce on the. You look like a wrestler. Man bounced off the ropes and bounced back. Then I think he caught him with another right hand. It was. Then he's following him around, and then boom, caught him with another right. Then caught him with a left. And like he said, there ain't no heavyweight on the planet who's taking that left from me and not going down. He says they might get back up, but they're not taking it. And it was a nice gesture from him as well at the end of the bout to give him his stool, pour water in his head, show great sportsmanship. It was. But this was a massive test for Dillian White tonight. And he passed it with flying colors.
Yeah.
You know what's
mad? It was a test in the fact that it was more a test of his will than his skill.
Ooh, go on, elaborate on that. That's nice.
You know what I mean? Like, because he's clearly got the skill set. That's never been in doubt. And it wasn't in doubt in the first fight.
Yeah.
He showed that. It was more about his will to win now. And is he going to allow fear to take over? Or is he going to harness that, use it as fuel and come out firing? And that's exactly what he did. You know, he showed that he's got the heart of a lion and that he can get knocked down and get back up, which I think he's shown before because he showed that with Joshua as well. Yeah,
that's true. That's true. I'm just trying to get beans in. Go and keep talking from. I'm just trying to get beans in because it's not working.
Yeah, so you know, I think he's shown that before. He showed it with Joshua, but I think this being a different stage of his career now and fighting somebody like Povetkin at this stage where, you know, Povetkin's a seasoned fighter. The fact that he was able to come back off that loss and win in emphatic fashion. Do you know what I mean? Like,
emphatic fashion.
He beat him within 4 rounds, bro. That's not a joke.
That's true.
That's not a joke. Like, it went, what did he go to the last time? The 9th round or something?
Something like that. Yeah.
It gone all that way, and you just came in and got man out in 4 rounds. Like, that's amazing, bro.
Man didn't drop a round either.
No, not at all. He didn't drop a round. He was fierce the whole time. And it, you know, he went in there with the confidence like he won the first fight.
Ooh, okay. That's fire still. Go on.
Do you know what I mean? Like his confidence going into that fight from the moment he's looking for that right hand in the first 20 seconds of the first round says to me, you're whining like you won the first fight, bro. You're whining like you threw the uppercut.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if someone would have told you from say 2 rounds in, all right, these men are fighting for the second time, who won it? You would think White every time. But
who won the first fight?
That ties into what I'm thinking is that's no different from how the first fight went. That's no different from how the first fight went. Hold up, I'm just trying to get beans in now.
No worries.
Let's see what's what.
Thank you, baby. You all right?
Open up, keep going. Let's get to some of the questions. Big up MBU says, hit the like button, share the video on all your socials, join the membership, check the links in the description. Sarcasm Cities on SoundCloud, Spotify, and iTunes. Yes, all underneath this video and every other video in the description. All underneath. Hold up. I'm just going to ring Beans, Joe. Keep the show going. And try to get
big up to everybody that's tuned in tonight. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us this evening. Thank you so much for being in the comments. You know, we love it. We love the banter. So make sure you give us all your points on how you think the fight went, what you think is going forward for White or Povetkin also, because, you know, is Povetkin done now? Is it retirement time for him? Is it time for him to go, you know, is it time for him to go I've got to hang up the gloves now because otherwise I'm just going to be a journeyman? Or does he still have the strength and the stamina to give himself a shot? Thank you very much, Queen. Sorry, guys, just getting my food from my lady. So, yeah, Zane says, let's give White his credit. He beat a granddad. I meant Povetkin. Listen, Povetkin's older, but he's not a weak one. Do you know what I mean? Like, Povetkin's strong, man. He's got a good chin on him. He's got good hands. He's still got speed. He's still got power. You know, he's not out of it in that sense yet. But he just isn't young enough to deal with what White has got now. White's got power. He's got speed. He's got strength. He's got, you know, he's got everything. And Povetkin just can't take that anymore. He just can't deal with that level of competition anymore. I personally think it's time for him to hang his gloves up and let it go. But I don't think he's as much as I say that, I don't think he's an easy fight for anybody because his experience and power will always go last in it. Do you know what I mean? You'll always lose it. Ryan, I agree with you. From that first round, him getting knocked by White, his legs were gone, man. Like he looked, it almost looked to me like that first onslaught, he didn't quite recover from. Like that first right hand caught him and he couldn't recover from that after. Povetkin should, MB says Povetkin should call it a day. I think I agree with you. I think Povetkin should take the time out now. I think he should let his gloves hang now. But I also think that he's got his time. Wow, Flawless is back. What's going on? Oh, man, like beans. What you saying, bro?
Yes. What's going on, lads?
We got you when we had some technical difficulties, people, but being didn't work. Did you just have to jump on the browser thing?
Yeah.
In future, that's what it is. But yeah, being since you're here, we will get back to the comments as well. Give us your thoughts on the bout first and foremost.
Me.
Okay.
What do you mean, me?
I wasn't sure if he was talking to you, innit?
I was talking to you.
Cool. Yeah, it was a good performance. Pretty much the same as last time, but a little bit more clinical when it needed to be. Well, you could tell he was trying to get him out in the first round.
Exactly what I said.
Yeah. He was definitely trying to get him out there. But then, even like he said in his the interview after, he kind of just started to relax in it and just pick his shots. Povetkin was he was pretty poor, I thought, tonight, but it might just be father time in it, catching up. Because he didn't fight nothing like the previous fight, so
I think it was more so just White being that good, you know.
Yeah, I can't take nothing away from the round.
Yeah, like I think Povetkin again was going in there with the same. Because I'm thinking, if you look at the first and second, all right, you see the fight tonight. That just looked without the knockout happening in the first fight. That's just a continuation of what happened. These fights mirror each other.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
In the 4 rounds, maybe you'll be able to remember something I forgot. In terms of, I don't remember Povetkin landing anything of note in this bout or the last bout, apart from you landed a few body shots, but there was nothing where you're like
body shots, body shots, but nothing to the head really.
Nothing where you're like
nothing at all. Yeah. Even tonight, he threw a few shots to like try and catch him, but it was just short or the timing just wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? So, but I can't take nothing away from White's performance. It was because if that's a Joshua or Fury or anyone else, everyone's just hyping him up. So, yeah, he deserves his props, man. Therefore,
I don't think Povetkin recovered after that first round.
No, because if you remember, he caught him on the back of the head slightly. It wasn't full. So I was saying to my son it because he stayed up to watch it. I was even saying to him, like, he's gone. Like, he's not. Even when he's going back to the corner, his legs weren't fully recovered. It wasn't as bad as Joshua's, but it was similar in it. So,
do you think White was a bit too cautious then? Still, do you think he kept caution a little bit too much caution still?
You're always going to be you're always going to be a little bit cautious, especially with them Russian guys, because they're tough and they've always got that punch, especially at that weight.
There was a big right that White caught him with. I think it might have been the 3rd round. I'm just expecting him to drop. A man didn't. I just walked back like man was just like, "Yo, what is your chin made of?" Like I felt that hit. You know what I'm saying?
They're tough, them guys, isn't it?
Bro, I felt it. You know what I'm saying?
He caught him with one flush, yeah. He caught him with White caught Povetkin with one flush on the chin in the 1st round, yeah. After he'd been rocked, a man just stood there, and I was like, "Raw!" I was thinking that was me, bro.
Man's out.
I'd be all on the Z's like I'd just swallowed a whole bottle of Night Nurse, bro. Like I'd be all out.
Yeah, if I get caught with that, I'm still knocked out while they're doing the interviews. Fam.
Innit?
I'm still on the ground when they're doing the cleanup and that. Cleaning up the next day, man's still out cold and that. I'm just drop because I've gone when he's caught, because the thing is the way he leant into it and he's caught him with the big shot and he staggered back and he kept going. I'm like, props to Povetkin. I just think as bad as Povetkin was, it's more so on White being that good and being focused. And not only was he aggressive, he was smart with it. Because like you touched on being, and I touched on it before you jumped on as well. He said, I could have got him out there in the 1st round, but he thought, that's a bit stupid. Don't do that. Don't rush him. You got time and you knocked him down 3 rounds later. You didn't drop around. You never looked hurt at any given moment. And you got rid. And that was a pressure fight. That's why even more so you touched on it again, Beans. If that's Joshua or Wilder, we're praising him. But he's done it in a more pressure situation. Because if he loses tonight, we spoke on it in depth on the previous
we spoke on that more than we spoke on that more than him winning. Do you know what I'm saying? So man.
Even though we all picked him to win, we just have thought. Even though we all picked him to win, and we was all correct on that, we were just like, all right, what happens if it does happen? What happens if he does lose? Type of thing. Big up Ryan in the building, says big up my G Flawless and Lingrich. Big up Dante says absolute masterclass from Dillian, didn't ever change his style. Respect it. That's what I liked, because I was wondering if he was going to be cautious, and nah. From the 1st round when it started, I was like, nah, I was ready in it.
I feel like Povetkin's game plan was different. Like he did say he was going to have a different game plan, and it showed. Because he neglected the body shots for me. He didn't really throw any at all. He threw a couple, but not as many as the 1st fight. And I'm not saying that would have made no difference.
But get near White though,
possibly, maybe. But I think he was a bit too patient at times. You look like he's been a bit too patient, but again, it could have been the shot to the back of the head, because they are hard to recover from.
Yeah, that's gonna wobble anybody. That type of thing, 1,000,000%. That wobbles, that causes issues for anyone. Because I clocked that and I was like, why is he so off balance? Because it didn't seem when it first happened that he got caught with anything big. But then when you see the shot behind the back of the head, you're like, okay, that's why he was. Zayn here saying, let's give White his credit. He beat a granddad. I mean, Povetkin. Nah, you still got to give him credit for beating Povetkin, man, Zayn. You still want
for
because this is the same granddad that just KO'd him not too long ago.
Yeah, it's still dangerous. He still carries that power.
Povetkin could, as we found out, Povetkin can still punch. You know what I'm saying? And he's not
White's took him out earlier than Joshua and Klitschko. He went 12 rounds with Klitschko and lost on points. He got dropped, I think, like 7 times in the fight, but he got up every time and went the distance. And then Joshua, was it the 7th round? I think Joshua knocked him out.
Yeah. Has White surpassed Joshua with his power now?
For one punch, I think White's left hook is definitely a bigger punch than anything that Joshua's probably got, maybe other than the uppercut that Joshua's got. So they're on par in that sense, but Joshua's right hand is probably more dangerous than Dillian White's. If you watch White's punches, they're not like jabs. That it's like he pushes through with the punch. Do you know what I mean? But they're still a bit heavy. You don't really have a snappy. Yeah, he goes straight through, but it looks like a cushion shot more than. But even still, when I'm 18.5 stone man's hitting you, flushing your face, it's gonna hurt.
That's what I mean. And he's trying to punch through your face.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, he's throwing with bad intentions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all the time. You see that one where I think it was the 2nd round, he got caught with a punch from Povetkin, flush on the chin, but his automatic response was to just fling shots.
I like that.
Yeah, he's mad. He takes risks.
Yeah, he was just with it. He was just with the smoke, and I'm like, you know what? I respect it. You know what I'm saying? And you was a little bit more cautious is the wrong word, but you were smarter with your approach.
Smarter with
your approach. And like I said, you did what you had to do, because had he had lost, we'd all be here talking different. The comments would be different. That's why I'm giving him credit, because if Povetkin beats him twice, we're giving Povetkin credit. And as we know, Povetkin can punch. You know. Lauren saying, shout out Lauren. She says, man coming out with zero balance. She said he was in intensive care in July. He don't look too fit. That is true. That could have played a part in Povetkin. Therefore, yeah, jelly legs from the start, said Ryan. But that being said,
was he in intensive care for? Did he have COVID?
He had COVID, supposedly.
It could have been corona. And welcoming also as well. Hear me, the American correspondent and that. Man, like JK, what you telling me?
What's up, man?
Yeah.
Yes, JK.
Did you watch the bout, fam?
Man, no, I didn't get to watch it because, you know, I was the time I was just working.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. No, that's cool. You seen the knockout though?
No, I did not see it. I heard.
It was impressive, innit? Like White basically, long story short, giving you the idiot's guide to what happened. White washed him, innit? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Without going into I leave the breakdowns to you for you to break it down and all of that stuff. But yeah, White did what he was supposed to and what we all predicted, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You not continue to your questions again. Ooh, you know what, JK? We'll start with you. What's next for White? What would you prefer to see, and then what do you think will happen? They're the two questions for you. So first one,
I see.
What would you prefer to see?
I would rather see somebody. I mean, I want to see him against the top names, but we all know Fury, Wilder, and Joshua. Those three names are going to just be tied up with each other for probably the next 2 to 3 years. You see how long it takes them to get a fight done between them. So I would say I would want to see him against Ortiz or Ruiz or Effie Jaguar. One of those three.
I hear that. Make some interesting names. We'll go to you, Beans. Yeah, who would you like? Your three names, like your preference. Who would you rather? You don't have to put it in order if you don't want to, but just three names where you're like, I would like to see White's next fight, whether they're logical or not. You hear me? Just give us, you hear me, perfect world in that perfect scenario.
These next 3 fights.
Yeah, no, 3 opponents. So who you would like to see fight next?
Okay.
Yeah, so who would you put 3 opponents and you would like to see him fight next, innit?
I think the 3 that he could probably face next would. I'd like to see him fight Ortiz, but I don't think that will happen. I don't know why, but I just don't feel like it will be his next fight. So Ruiz, maybe Wilder, depending on what's happening with his court thing. And who else? Maybe the winner of Joyce versus USYK.
Okay, interesting. Is USYK Joyce? Has that been confirmed, by the way, or are they still in talks?
I don't think they've got a date or anything, but I think they've got like a handshake agreement out in a minute. It's not been it's been ordered. That's what it's been ordered. Yeah, it's been ordered.
Wow. Okay.
So that's for the IBF eliminator. So whoever wins that is the mandatory. Even though USYK is, I think he's the mandatory right now. That's basically. I'm pretty sure it's for the IBF. Because
is he IBF as well?
No, WBO. Sorry, yeah, WBO. Yeah. Because Pulev was the IBF one, isn't it? So that's done for now. Yeah. So that goes to the back of the queue. Okay,
all right, fair enough. So you give us your name, same to you, Pink Hoodie Zayla and that. What are you telling me?
For White for White to fight.
Yeah, hey, man got the inspiration from you in it, flawless.
I have to come with the black hoodie back in it. Is what it is. Yeah, your preference in it. So like in a fantasy world, like who the three names you would like to see him fight next. One thing I would say before you pick your 3 is they're all very entertaining. All the names you've listed, I want to see all these fights. But yeah, go on.
USYK, Wilder, Joshua. That's what I want to see. In that order.
All right, go on. Go on.
2 reasons. 1, I don't feel like USYK should be fighting for a title shot straight away. I think he should be place to fight for the mandatory with someone who's actually up there as a mandatory, like a White. And I think White will be a good test for Usyk, and I think Usyk skill-wise will be a good test for White as well. I would like to see the Wilder fight just because it's Wilder and Dillian White and they don't like each other. That will be a great fight. And I think Joshua and White for a title is an exciting fight. And they're one each in their own records. So it would be nice to get the decider. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And it'd be nice for it to be decided over a belt as well.
They all exciting fights though. Like they all entertaining. In terms of who I'd like, top of the list, I would have Wilder because I just think the build-up would be absolutely fantastic. And then in the bout, like they both going for it in it. Like somebody's getting knocked out. Like I know we say that a lot with heavyweight. That's guaranteed. Like that's not going the distance. I don't even think that's going 6 rounds. You know what I'm saying? In that because they are going through it from the jump in it. There's going to be no boxing behind the jab. You know what I'm saying? The stick and move and that. They're going to meet each other inside the ring. Because they're going to be furious going into it. Simply because of all the shit they spoke to each other in the build-up. Imagine a press tour with those two. Those two are like a face-off. Sat down with Max Kellerman or Johnny Nelson or something like that. Imagine that. You know what I'm saying? These are the two of the biggest shit talkers in the sport and they've already don't like each other. Eddie Hearn mentioned it when he said after White lost, I think, to Fury, White DM'd him and said, "Oh, I never fight you or something." But then White lost to Povetkin. You know what I'm saying? So that's now changed it around. And I think I want to see that. Usyk would be a great one also. I like to see Usyk. Usyk White. A lot of great how good Usyk is. How does White deal with somebody sticking and moving like that? And then third, who'd be third on the list? Joshua with a rematch. Even though that's not realistic, the Joshua rematch I'd like to see again. Similar, the build-up would be great. The build-up to the first one was great. It was a great fight.
I think that fight will happen no matter what happens in their careers, and that will definitely happen. They both want that fight. Yeah, I'm sure I've heard them in interviews previously saying like they'd fight each other 4, 5, 6 times just because they know that it sells in it. But it's a big fight.
Sells. That's it.
And they both still got, even though they respect each other a little bit more now, there's still that little bit of beef there in it. It'll never go away.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they got one each as well.
They want to see who's the best.
Yeah, man, saying Joyce Usyk is a good fight. I actually forgot that one was in talks. That is a good fight. I don't forget
it's a good fight.
One thing I like about the heavyweight is like there's so many variables. Just with the power there. Even if you have a guy winning, it's like one punch and then boom, as we found out with the reason why we're talking the rematch. Matthew here says it's actually weird because the White Joshua fight should be the easiest to make. I think it would be in theory, but with the whole
with the Fury situation,
it's like that's going to be 2, and if it's 1-1 going into the third, they're going to make 3 fights. So you're talking, say they fight in the summer, then they fight November, December. You're talking if the third fight might be summertime again. So you're talking on a year and some change. So where does White go? What's the smart thing for White to do? He joked about it in the interview when he was complaining about the belt, and he was like, "This ain't a diamond belt." He's like, "Diamond belt, got diamonds around it. Where's the diamond belt?" Oh,
yeah, it's true though.
Yeah,
where does mug him off?
Mug him off. Give me my belt. I understand that. I'd want my belt too. Man's punched in the face going through the camps. Yeah. Well, he did say, here's one, and we'll start with you, JK. This was interesting what he said. He said if Povetkin wants the third, he's like, the money's right, let's make it happen. What's your thoughts on that? Start with you,
third
JK.
Fight?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
Nah. You know what? And we need to see White versus top competition because he should have did that in the first fight. We don't know. Like he did what he was supposed to do this fight, the first fight. So like we need to see against somebody that's top notch to see where he's really at right now. To see if he's like done or if Povetkin is just that garbage right now. Because he did what he was supposed to do, man. He did what he was supposed to do. I haven't seen it, but I'm hearing a lot of shit about it right now.
Yeah,
I want to see him fight somebody. I don't want to see that third fight. Nah, no way.
Yeah, I said the same, and I don't want to see that again.
No third fight.
Nah, I don't want to see that. It's pointless.
Povetkin should retire, bro.
Yeah, I said the same, innit? Yeah, I said the same.
The gatekeeper.
Yeah. The way how we got beat tonight, I just don't see the point in carrying on.
But that's what I was gonna say. Does he now become a gatekeeper?
No, I don't think he's got
the
stamina or the legs to be a gatekeeper. I think he's too old.
You don't think he can? I think he's good enough to be a gatekeeper.
No, I think he'll end up being a journeyman.
If he caught DILLIAN WHYTE with that shot, you think he could catch somebody unexperienced, an up and comer?
Definitely.
Yeah. He definitely can, but it's just the fact that he can be easily beaten now as long as you keep away from him. And why did even keep away from him too tough tonight? He still tried to, you know what I mean, wing it out of him a couple of times. So because I was thinking, oh, that is risky. No, don't let him catch you.
Yeah, man. I think. Do you know what it is as well? The heavyweights are getting massive now as well. They're becoming giants. Like all the heavyweight guys, they're not like Povetkin's quite small. Do you know what I mean? In comparison to these big guys, like Fury's like 25 feet tall. Do you know what I mean? Joshua's massive. Wilder's massive. Like, White's big. White's huge. It's like they're all becoming giants now. It's just I don't even think Povetkin would last against a Joe Joyce, because he's just too big.
I was gonna say that though. Say for instance, Joyce and Usyk happens and Usyk beats him. Is that not a realistic and legitimate opponent for a Joyce to test yourself against before you go to that next step? Yeah, Povetkin.
No, because
I think there's better challenges. I think there's better challenges. If he beats Usyk, I think there's definitely better challenges for Joyce than.
Yeah, if he beats him, say he lost. Say he lost.
Oh, if he loses.
Nah, tell him to fight Dubois again or something.
Nah.
You don't think Povetkin? wait. You don't think Povetkin can do like an Eric Molina thing? Like we've seen Eric Molina against. He can do better than that. Like don't get me. Like that could be a good fight for the guy that won tonight, like Fabio Wardley. That could be a good fight for him. That's my point.
But what I'm saying is, I don't want to see. Even though I don't really have I'm not a fan of Povetkin or anything. Like he's old. He looks old tonight. He's just gonna get beat up. He's got that punch. Don't get me wrong. Like if he does catch you with it, then you're in trouble. But
you know what? Any heavyweight catch you with a punch is over with.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
It's like it's a heavyweight, so it's just like I don't care to see him anymore. It's like whatever.
Yeah.
Like I don't care to hear.
I'm the same as you, JK. I'm the same, innit?
I don't think KRS on something new right now. Like I don't care.
Nah, I hear what you lot are saying. I'm just thinking more so like he would be a test, like you said. The guy that fought Molina today was it Wardley. Like that's the type of that's a nice step up, because they were talking about him fighting Molina and him struggling. So it's like, all right, Povetkin, similar. Someone's saying here Chisora is the gatekeeper now, but you get what you're saying here, Matthew. Well, you can have more than one gakeeper. You know what I'm saying in that.
Do you think Chisora should retire as well?
Nah, you lot really just trying to kill off the whole division, innit? You know
I'm asking a question.
You're just trying to take out the whole division of that.
I'm just asking because, you know, the fact of the matter is, it's like we say, these younger guys are coming through now, and they're a lot bigger, they're a lot stronger, you know, and I just don't see like, okay, because then basically they're fighting for fighting's sake, innit? Like, Chisora's basically fighting now to make extra money. He's not fighting for a title. He's never going to be a title contender again.
No, you can't fully say that. If he beats Parker, if he beats Parker, then he's had some good wins on his record in the last like 3 or 4 fights, and Parker's ranked like in the top 3 of every governing body. So it's a big win, especially if he can knock him out, which he's definitely got the power to do that. I'm not saying he will get a title shot because there's too many other fights and guys ahead of him. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's not something that's impossible for him to get. And with that guy tonight, that Fabio Wardley, he ain't beating none of them top heavyweights.
Yeah,
definitely not. He's too small. He's too small.
Hey,
too small.
Landry, did you see the highlights?
Exactly my point, bro. Exactly my point. Go on, what were you saying?
I said, the highlights that I tagged you in on Twitter?
Yeah, bro.
Of,
I watched it.
You see?
I watched it. He hits hard. Like, he's quite slow.
Hey, you know what? I thought the same thing, but he's very accurate. I think
I was just about to say that.
And he's very accurate, but he's slow.
Timing beats speed, though. You don't have to be fast. Timing beats speed every time.
Yep, it does.
Yeah, but I think he'd struggle against someone of a Joshua or a Fury because they've got a lot of skill. Whereas it's the guys that I was seeing him fight in the highlights, he's at the beginning of his career, so they're not like world-class fighters. But he's beaten them like Wilder was beating all the journeymen that he beat before Fury. Because Wilder hadn't fought anybody of any sort before Fury. Stavern was
only
just
Ortiz.
a champion.
Ortiz, innit? Ortiz, he fought him twice.
Yeah, Ortiz, but really, that's it. Like, Stavern was a paper champion. Do you know what I mean?
No, I hear exactly. I hear you.
It's crazy, bro, because there's a lot of, like...
Go on.
There's a lot of wicked fighters, and there's a lot of good up and coming fighters. And I know it sounds harsh when I'm saying certain people like retire, but it's like we were talking the other day when we were talking about Mike Tyson and that. It's like you don't want to see these older guys get hurt, innit? Like you don't want to see like they're getting older, like they've got families, they're in their 40s. Like you don't want to be out here just getting for the sake of it, for a paycheck when you don't have to.
This guy's trying to retire guys that are around my age.
Hey, Beans, when you retire, bro? When are you retiring?
I've easily got another 20, 30 years, bro. I'm good at it. Don't worry about me.
Beans is going to be the oldest swinger in town, isn't it? Might be 75 in the club. Talk about.
That's the thing. 20, 30 years. Go. Let's go, Beans.
Hey, Beans, I'll be right there with you, bro. I'll be right there with you, fam.
You're still young one. You're a young cop to me.
Jokers at that. But yeah, back to it anyway. It's the thing is, if they still have the will to want to do it, yes. Are they looking for title fights? No. But if they're just doing it for the paycheck, absolutely not. But if they're getting paid and still have love for the sport, yeah, I think someone like a Povetkin definitely as a gatekeeper, because we're talking about him getting hurt. If Povetkin beats one of these up and comers, he could potentially stop them jumping up too high and getting hurt themselves. Because if you can't, say for instance the Wardley you mentioned, if he loses to Povetkin, imagine how badly he'd use to a Fury or a Wilder. If he lost,
I think right now, he would still actually lose to Povetkin. I think Povetkin's too experienced and skilled for him right now. He gets hit too easy, that Wardley. Like he's slick.
If John Ruiz is still around fighting, Povetkin could still, be a gatekeeper, because John Ruiz done been through every era, man. He's in.
Is that who Roy Jones beat for the heavyweight title?
Yeah. No. David Hay beat him.
Yeah, David Hay beat him.
He was fighting when David Hay was fighting.
Who did Roy Jones? Because that was a Ruiz, wasn't it?
I'm thinking of the wrong guy. Areola?
Oh yeah, Chris. Yeah, Areola's been around.
Yeah, Areola.
He's still around. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, he's still around.
They were talking about him and Ruiz fighting and shit like that. I'm like, damn.
Nah, it's facts.
Bro, he beat John Ruiz for the heavyweight title. Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah, Roy Jones beat John Ruiz.
Yeah, it was. That's what I was saying. Yeah, Roy Jones. Roy Jones has been retired for time, bro.
It's Mara. I'm saying Areola's fight. Yeah, like you agreeing with you. Areola's fighting Ruiz. Wardley. Wait, hold on. I said Wardley is probably the most naturally gifted fighter in the world. It's mad what he's doing. What? Naturally gifted in the world?
Jeez, that's a big statement,
I think you lot need to go back and watch some boxing videos, innit?
No. I think he must be a family member or something, innit? Or he's from Ipswich or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's definitely from Ipswich, innit? He's from
Ipswich,
yeah. He's from Ipswich, innit? That's what it is. But yeah, people mention there's your Povetkins, your Chizoras, even though they're not at the top of the top, they still have a lot to give. And I think as long as they're not doing it solely for a check, not only can they keep very well, they're big checks for a good name to have, and they're big checks for upcoming fighters as well. Let's test you. I think
the thing is as well, Chisora's been winning recently. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I know Povetkin beat White, but it was just that one punch in it, which he still got. You don't lose that. That's the last thing to go. Yeah. So,
but who's Chisora beating?
Let me check. I'll check now. 1 second.
Everybody since
he lost against Usyk.
Let me check. I'm going to check now.
Yeah, up until the USYK fight, he's been on a good.
He lost against DILLIAN White.
Yeah, and then the ones after that, he went on about 3. I think it was like 2 or 3 fight win streak, and the fights before the White fights.
Yeah, so we beat.
And the USYK fight, yeah.
He
knocked out that Spielka guy.
Yeah, he beat Price.
He beat Price.
He beat Takam.
Yeah. Takam. Yeah, he knocked Takam out.
Price isn't like elite level though.
No, he's not elite.
No, but he's a dangerous guy to face because he's got a big punch. Yeah. He's got one of the hardest punches in the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
But it's just that he's just a big dopey guy in it. All that to take a punch off him still.
As well, didn't he?
Yeah, not Takam out in it.
Yeah,
not many guys do.
I'm looking here at the box.
Knocked him out.
Yeah, TK. Oh yeah, he beat him.
Even Joshua got like a controversial stoppage with him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's not many people that have dealt with him like that. He was beating Chisora up in that fight.
Alright, so where do we think White actually goes? Like, we've given our like fantasy matchups. Where does he realistically go? Because to me, you can rule out AJ and Fury automatically.
Yeah, that's done, isn't it?
I think you can rule out Wilder simply because just the 2 promotional companies don't get on, so they're not going to make that. Ruiz doesn't seem wants to fight him. Where does he go?
That's a mad. That should be the
You reckon he waits that long? Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I don't think he. He's going to be fighting Joyce in the next 3 months.
What does he do? Fight Pulev?
Nah, that's dead, that fight.
But Pulev's a shot. I'm not saying he don't win. What I'm saying is he's a legitimate, because we're thinking realistically. Look at all the people we've just ruled out. We've ruled out Usyk. We've ruled out Joshua. We've ruled out Fury. Ruled out Wilder. Ruled out Ruiz. That's 5. Does he go with a Parker's fighting as well? So that's 6. Who does he take on?
There's only Pulev left.
Surely there's someone else apart from Pulev. Someone's saying the winner of Joyce Usyk, but yeah, that's further down. I don't think he's going to want to sit out that long. You know what he's like. He wants to be out in the next 3 months. Yeah, this is DILLIAN White.
They're saying that he wants two more fights this year. So he fights if he fights in June, July, and then he can probably fight at the back end of the year. So he could potentially fight Usyk or Joyce at the back end of the year, but it won't be his next fight.
Someone said that they think that both Joyce and Usyk would beat DILLIAN White. I don't think so at all.
I've not seen enough of Joyce, and Usyk I want to see again.
I've watched Joyce since the start of his career, just because I wanted to see how it went, because he was 32 when he turned pro.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna watch this guy. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard a lot about him. So he's good. He's definitely good.
Can you see him beating DILLIAN White though?
It's a tough.
I can't see him beating DILLIAN White.
I don't think he.
I think DILLIAN's more skilled than he's given credit for.
Yeah, he is. I rate DILLIAN White. Like, he's one of my favorite heavyweight fighters.
Yeah.
Like, I do actually rate him.
Yeah,
he's a bit reckless at times, but that's just because he's willing to risk it to knock his opponent out. So, but he can box he fairly well. Like, he's only been doing this for like 12, 13 years. These other guys, other than maybe Joshua, have been doing it for like 20. They've been fighting for 20 years, 25 years from when he was kids.
I mean, White was a kickboxer first, wasn't he?
Kickboxer, innit? And even that style don't work. Like, the boxing stance in kickboxing don't work in boxing.
No,
you might get away with it at like the lower level when you're coming up, but when you get to the elite level, you've got to know how to box in it. So
yeah, it's a totally different game, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know who's out there for him to fight with. Who he's not already fought. And it's probably an exciting fight for him to get up to whilst he's waiting for Does he take something too risky and then lose the position again, or does he just have someone that's like credible?
But that's why he should fight.
You know what I mean? It should be a win.
That's why he should fight Pulev, because Pulev's
does that motivate him though? Does that really motivate him to fight a Pulev? Like,
yeah, because
you still got to be able to.
It's a warm-up fight for a championship bout, isn't it?
So I'm looking here now. So Dillian White's interim. Then after that is Wilder, Usyk, Ortiz, Ruiz, Joyce. And that's the WC. That's just the WBC ranking.
WBC.
I think Wilder's mandatory.
I think he's the man.
Wilder's.
What I'm saying is,
White, isn't it?
White's the mandatory, and then below White ranked is then Wilder. Yeah, it's then Wilder, and then after that it's Usyk, then it's Ortiz, then Ruiz, then Joyce, etc., etc. That's what I meant by that. I think
it's mad how Usyk gets that.
Yeah, I think it's Ortiz. You know, I think that's the fight. I think that's the most logical happens next.
That's a good fight. I would love to see that fight.
Definitely,
because if he does beat Ortiz, which I think he can beat Ortiz as tough as it would be, because he's a tricky southpaw who can box and he does carry power. But I think if White kind of just stands off him a bit and boxes him and then waits for the openings, because they'll be there.
This is the thing.
Ruiz gets tired after like 5-6 rounds if he's not stopped. If he's not.
Ortiz. No, I hear that.
He gets fatigued. That's how Wilder beat him both times, because up until then, if you remember, in both those, he was dominating Wilder.
Yeah, good fights as well, man. I enjoyed both of those. Both good fights. But the thing is with a White Ortiz fight, so many variables. Like, I like that fight a lot. I like it a lot. Good fight. It's a good fight. It's entertaining. It's a great test for White. How do you deal with a tricky southpaw? How does Ortiz deal with White? I think Ortiz causes White more problems than Povetkin does. I don't think he has it all his own way. I think he'll win the fight. I think he causes him more issues, and that's the variable. And out of the ones we've mentioned, I think that's the, unless you're talking you're talking Ortiz, Pulev, who else? I can't think of any other names.
And Ruiz won't fight him.
I don't think Ruiz will fight him. I don't think so, because
he stated that he won't fight him.
They offered him big money, and he said no.
They offered him big money. Yeah, and then the guy's Areola. This guy.
Yeah. Tells you what you need to know.
You know.
I think some of that is the fact that I think Ruiz needs a tune-up fight from the loss from Joshua. I think that's what it is as well. I think because for me, if you lose to Joshua, why are you then going to throw yourself in the deep end when you're coming off a loss with a Dillian White? You're not. You're going to get yourself back in with someone who's a little bit thing, get yourself a little bit of confidence, and then go in and fight the White fight.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But Parker didn't. Joseph Parker didn't, and even though he still got beat off White after the Joshua fight, he still went in he didn't go back to the shallow end. Do you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's better to do that. Depends how you get beat. Depends how you get beat, I guess. And he didn't take a beating in the second Joshua fight, Ruiz. He just got schooled.
He got schooled.
So he should still be.
That was the whole point.
He should still. Yeah, he should still go in at a decent level, like fighting Chris Areola. Like, don't.
You know what that is? I think he's just trying to. I think he's just not looking to take risks. He's not. I don't even think it's a confidence thing, because it's not because he didn't even train for the Joshua rematch. I don't think it's a confidence thing. I think it's more so
eating tacos.
Sorry, he definitely trained for the Joshua rematch. He definitely trained.
Here comes the joke.
He trained, but he didn't train.
He didn't train hard, fam. He already said this.
Yes, he trained. He trained his right arm and his left arm eating McDonald's. We've told this.
I was waiting for the joke.
Nah, he definitely trained. He definitely trained. What his issue is he came in heavier because he thought that Joshua was going to come in heavier, because he thought Joshua was going to go for the knockout. And then when they got there, Joshua was slimmed down and had lost fucking 20 pounds. So he was slick and he was quick and he was ready to box. Do you know what I mean? And Ruiz didn't expect that. And
he didn't put on extra weight for that. He just didn't. He was partying. Do you know what I'm saying? He had money. He's partying, eating. Even his coach said he wasn't. He was at the gym, and the guy's not turning up.
Yeah, he was superstar, man. He was enjoying that.
That's why it's gone separate ways, isn't it? Because he was like, I don't have people like that in my gym, innit? So Like, bye. That's why he looks good now. That's why he looks good now with that Eddie Reynoso, because he's the same in it. But obviously, Ruiz's just probably realised, if I want to do this, then I have to do it properly. Especially a guy like him, because if he don't train, he's just one of those guys that will naturally blow up.
He wants no part of White. He's trying to get as much money as possible for as little risk as possible. That's why he ain't trying to fight White. Coming off a loss and you trying to, because even we're not losing. We're not losing.
Coming off a loss, he wants an easy fight.
I don't think he wants, but I think that's just in general. I don't think that's just for this fight. Like, he'll fight Ariola, then he's gonna want to fight.
And fight someone else a little bit. Yeah, he's gonna fight someone at the same level. Maybe a little bit above that, but not too.
He ain't fighting no Wilder or anybody like that. He's not fighting. You don't even call these men out.
Yeah, he's gassed in it.
You don't call these men out.
He's got his money in it. He's got his money. He's just tick over fights.
That's my point. This guy's made 2 big paydays, massive. He's like, I'm good. I mean, I've got a name now. He's solidified in terms of he's always a name. Like, you say to someone, oh, you heard that? If they've not heard of him, oh, Andy Ruiz, who's that? Oh, the guy that beat Joshua. You know what I mean?
He's the first in heavyweight champion too.
There you go. There you go. That's exactly what it is.
You know, because I just want to have fun and be with my family. And I don't want to be nasty to nobody, but everybody thinks I'm a nice guy. But when I get in the ring, I'm different. I will punch man in the face. Like, his voice is dead, bro.
That was a good impression still.
I'm glad he's not a champion no more, because I couldn't watch that all the time. I couldn't do it, bro. I couldn't do it. You know, because when he let me hold the belts, it made me feel so good. Man sounds like Cardi B. Like, come on, bro.
You wilding, fam.
Wow.
You wilding.
This is on one today,
isn't it? So I take it you're not Andy Ruiz's biggest fan. That's what I'm guessing from that, yeah?
Do you know what it is, yeah?
Oh, there we go. It's going to be good. Go on, Pam.
It is.
It's going to be good.
For me, yeah. When... Thanks, guys, for enjoying my impression. I appreciate it. When...
This is going to be good.
When you're like... When you win the heavyweight title, yeah? If you're fucking stupid enough...
No, hold on.
Then not trained... for a
hella
fight,
feedback from you, Beans. That's all. It was bare feedback from. Yeah, go on.
If you're then not prepared to train for a heavyweight fight, yeah, against Anthony Joshua, who you know is not a joke, yeah, you're a double dickhead, fam. Because you are, because you
I said, you're a proper double dickhead. Double dickhead.
You are a double dickhead, bro.
That's a great one, that man said you are a double dickhead.
You're a double dickhead, bro, because you that's nearly as funny as like triple glazing, bro. That is...
like, relax, man. Let's not go there with it. You know what I'm
not gonna go there, bro.
You go with it, but now you've just remembered it.
You know what it is? Whenever I say something, yeah, Flawless just tells me off like I'm his child or something. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? Because you always acted up like a child, fam. You get me? But go on, carry on in it. Always acted up like a child in it. Go on, carry on.
When you know that you've won the heavyweight championship, yeah. You're now gonna step up and rematch the guy that you beat, who's been a reigning champion for a period of time, knocked everybody out. You were lucky that you got that punch in and it rocked him.
Yeah.
And you don't train for that fight. Like, and you're sitting on television talking about, yeah, I'm the first Mexican heavyweight champion, and now I'm not gonna lose this belt because, you know, I gotta keep the belt because I'm Mexican. I'm the first Mexican champion. It's like, bro, like, You could have stayed there for a minute, because it's not like you've not got the skill set to keep fighting these, man. You're actually a very skilled boxer. So now you forget that you're a skilled boxer, and you don't want to train for the fight. That's one. And two, you do it in a heavyweight title fight against a guy that you know is dangerous. You're a double dickhead, bro. I'm over it. I'm over it.
Here's what I'd say. Here's what I'd say.
The only issue with it, because you see a man who don't count their blessings. Yeah, you get something amazing. Yeah, it gets handed to you. It's in your lap. God gives it to you, and then you don't fight to keep it. Like, that's mad. That's mad to me. You don't fight to keep it. Like, it's stupid. Don't make a big deal. If you didn't care about it in the first place, don't make out that you cared about it, bro. If somebody gives me a Grammy tomorrow, yeah, I'm working my balls off to go and get another one, innit?
Yeah, but the thing is, you have that drive. You get me? You have that. That's your mindset. Is I'm glad I got this success, but I want more success. Some people ain't like that. This is why you see certain fighters retire, quote unquote, when they go out on top, because they've done it all. Even though like Andre Ward is a perfect example. He's somebody who left as the pound for pound king. He says it himself. He left millions on the table because I've done all I want to do, type of thing. But it depends on what your will is. So you mentioned the Grammys. Your goal is to not win one Grammy, is to win as many as possible, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, etc. For some artists, it's just one. Some people just want to be in that limelight for that one moment. And Ruiz is that. What did he say? Money doesn't change you. It just reveals your true character. All money does is allow you to do whatever you like to do. So if you give someone $1 million tomorrow and they like a drink, if you give them $1 million, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to become an alcoholic. That's how this runs, in it. You know what I'm saying? If you know we all know someone who drinks all day, every day, that ends in Y. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they like to do. So if you give them $1 million, what they going to do? They just going to drink even more so. So what it is, you already knows, you can tell by his body shape. Yeah, he likes to eat, he likes to party. He became a superstar overnight. His life changed, and he was like, you know what? I've made it. I don't want to continue this. He had no interest in defenses and stuff like that. He had no interest. He was like, I've made it. I've made a shit ton of money. More than the first fight, I made a lot. Second, you've probably made double. Everyone knows who I am. I've made history being the first Mexican heavyweight boxing champion. He doesn't want no further. Yeah, I'm the first to be. He doesn't want to go any further than that. And you can tell by that, by his reaction after losing, all right, I didn't train this, and that. There's no get up and go to go again. If he goes again and he fights White and he beats White, that puts him straight back in the mix. What did White do as soon as he lost to Povetkin? Man just got off the canvas. Yeah, get me the rematch. Because that's his mentality. Get me the toughest fighters. He don't have to. He didn't have to fight Povetkin in the first place. So it's all about mindsets and mentalities. And unfortunate for someone like me, you, and Beans, we don't have that mindset. We have that get up and go. We want to be the best and win over and over again. Whereas Ruiz, that wasn't the case. That clearly wasn't the case, and you still see it now. He's made his money. He's good. That's why he's fighting. He's fighting Areola.
Yo, fellas, can I just address something real quick?
Yeah.
Someone said, lucky to get the punch in. It wasn't a one-punch KO out of nowhere. He beat the crap out of man for about 7 or 8 rounds, and then he said, calling it look is disrespectful. So here's what I'll say to that. First of all, that one punch changed the whole fight, and it was a lucky punch because they were both swinging wild at the time. So when I say it was luck, it was like Joshua said, a punch from the gods. It hit him in the right space and he rocked him. The fact that it then took him 7 more rounds to get him out of there after him not recovering from that, is mad. Like, that's a lot of, I give Joshua a lot of respect for keeping going there. So saying that he punched the crap out of him and that it's disrespectful, calling it luck, for me, it's not disrespectful. It's exactly what happened, because it took you 7 rounds to get man out of there. If Joshua would have rocked him like that, not a flash knockdown, but if Joshua would have rocked him like that with that kind of punch and his legs were gone at that point, he'd have got him out of there in the next round or in the next 3 punches after that. So for me, it's not disrespectful. It's just what it is, innit? So I just wanted to address that, but no disrespect.
Yeah, I hear that. Obviously, you got to address the comment on that.
Am I wrong, Beans? Am I wrong?
Now you're right, innit?
Thank you.
And that it's not, yo, salute. I just want to salute to the mods as well, working hard, because fake accounts are popping up everywhere across YouTube. I don't know. These people got time on their hands. There's been a fake me in the comments. There's been a fake Ryan. Hella fake, yeah, but it's not the first time we've had a fake Ryan. Soon enough, there'll be a fake Lindrix and a fake Beans. It happens, and just letting you know, innit?
There was a fake Habib, and there was a fake Habib in the fucking comments.
Yeah, man. Man. There's always a fake. What's it called, innit? Yeah, me. Like, there's always a fake one running around and that. Big up Dupe. Good to see him. I'm like flawless, working hard day in and day in and night. Yo, love to you, man. Innit? Big up Dupe. Much appreciated. But yeah, that's my whole point with the whole Ruiz thing. Is like, yo, he's made it to the mountaintop once. Like, in music terms, like, I've had my number one. I'm good. I don't want to go in the studio no more. Don't send me no beats. I'm not writing no lyrics. Like, I've made it. Like, that's what it is. I'm not writing no lyrics in that. I'm not working hard to get to that point. I've had my 2 massive paydays. Now I can just, Beans touched on it, just tick over. Fight Areolas. Maybe fight, I don't know, not a gatekeeper type thing, but he may fight someone coming off a loss like a Joyce or a Dubois if they're coming off a loss type of thing. He might look at Povetkin. Actually, nah, Chisora is a bit too tough, but a Povetkin type. I'm Melino. You know what I'm saying?
Brazil.
Brazil, yes.
He beat them guys.
Those type, yeah, he's not going to go. We're not going to see him against the Ortiz. You know what I'm saying?
He gets Stavern in it.
Stavern in it, you know what I'm saying?
Pay Stavern enough, he'll fight him.
There you go, in it. That's what he's looking at. There's no...
You got Brian Jennings, those kind of guys.
There's no will to get back to the top. He's not even calling boxers talk the most shit. He ain't even calling nobody out. He ain't called nobody out.
Yeah, you know he's been quiet.
He's been hella quiet in that. Like, one thing, whether you rate fighters or not, White, whether you rate him or not, talks a lot. Fury's been saying...
Ruiz gassed up the White fight initially.
Yes.
Probably thinking like, oh, he won't want it. Man said, yeah, come then, let's go in it. I was like, oh, no. God, do the voice lyrics.
I don't know, because if I have to fight him, then it's gonna be hard for me. And I'm gonna have to stop eating chicken. And I'm gonna have to eat 9 pizza a day instead of 10.
Yeah.
9, instead of 10.
Matthew says, do you think let me go to this. Do you think Ruiz actually thought AJ quit, or do you think that he said that just to wind him up innocently? I don't think he thought he quit. I don't think so. And I don't think Joshua quit. You don't get up 4 times and then quit.
No.
That makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? No. You don't get up off the canvas 4 times and then go, you know what? I'm gonna just quit here. Surely at the second time you're getting up, you're like,
you know what I think he tried to do? I think he tried to be smart, and buy himself some extra time by standing in the corner the way he did, but it backfired on him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And he just had to like kind of look as if he was shocked by the decision, because he can't. You know, as a fighter, if you don't do certain things to show the referee that you're ready to fight, it will get called off. The referee will just stop it. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what happened. I don't think he quit.
I agree with you.
Feedback from you again. If I mute you, it's because we get feedback from you. That's all. But yeah, just unmute yourself when you're ready. When you want to talk. Another friggin' fake account. You lot get the likes up as well on the video. Make sure you get the likes up. We are on. Let me check how many we're on. 29. So yeah, man, get that. Well, we just hit 30. So salute to you lot. Get that to 40. We are gonna close out the show soon enough, because it is like nearly 1 a.m. over here in the UK. I'm not sure when we'll be back though, in terms of what's the next biggest bout. Is that, let me do that. I don't know which someone's causing noise. What is it?
Parker and Chisora's next, isn't it? And then Canelo Saunders.
So Canelo Saunders. Yeah. Okay. Here's what it is. Is that you in the comments there?
That was me.
Did you write that? Okay, I was just making sure there wasn't a fake sarcasm.
No, it's definitely me.
Because that's happened before in fake sarcasm.
Is it?
Yeah, that's happened.
These people are sad, you know.
Yeah, man. It's like, just create a regular account, like the video, and just watch and support, just like a regular, normal human being. You know what I'm saying? All right, question for you, Doc. I didn't actually watch the Dubois Joyce fight, but I know you did, Beans. Do you think Dubois quit against Joyce? Do you think he quit?
That time, yeah, he quit in it. But I don't blame him. Yeah, I don't blame him though. I don't blame him. Like if you to be extra brave, to be extra brave and then possibly lose your eyesight, it don't make sense, innit? Like you might love your job, but nah, you don't risk your eye to be blind in one eye. So
I hear that.
Yeah, he did quit though. He quit. Yeah, he quit.
Okay. Fair enough, but it's understandable. It's not like a quit where you gave up. It's kind of like you gotta live to fight another day type of thing.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, you gotta live to, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, you can't win them all in that. I know you lot watch films and that, but yo, you don't want to be the hero guy, man. This ain't what the men say. This ain't TV. Heroes die. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't really want to be going like this. This ain't Marvel. That's what I will say.
You can't redo this shit, bro. Like,
yeah. There's no respawning. This ain't Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This ain't COD. So we got Chisora Parker coming up. Do you want to do shows for that?
Yeah, I'm good. Because there's a couple of good fights on that. Eubank's on that card.
I
know. Okay. Yeah. And what's the woman called? Katie Taylor and Jonas. That's a title fight.
Is that the one with what's the two chicks who've been going back and forth? What's the girl's name? And they call her the girl, the babyface assassin. I forgot her name now.
Oh yeah, the blonde girl.
The blonde girl. What's her name?
She's fighting.
Yeah, her and the girl from across the season have been going back and forth and that. And that's
I think they might even be fighting.
They going that, so I didn't know if it was on that card. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's Lindrix.
Possibly.
That feedback. Yeah. I think when you type in Lindrix, but it's calm, unmute yourself when you're ready and that. MB, don't worry about it. Just continue to block him, man. Salute to all the mods and that. Like I said, get a like to 40. So yeah, that's when this show will be coming back. You'll get unmute yourself when you're ready from.
That's May the 1st up, so we can do one whenever before it preview.
So if you are new here and you're not a regular with big fights, big nights only, the clues in the title, we only cover the biggest fights. But yeah, we will be doing, so we do the preview shows on a Thursday or Friday, and then following the fight on the Saturday night. Doesn't matter if it's in the UK, if it's in Gibraltar or the US, we will be here between the four of us covering the fight in it. So it's like we've done that in the past. So even if it's a US fight and it's 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning UK
we're
time,
hearing it.
There will be a recap.
You know here, bro.
And if there's two fights on the same night, we'll recap the UK one, which is we've done in the past, and then we'll recap the one stateside. And this is why we got JK to help us out in case we're all mashed up. But yeah, love, and this ties into it actually. MB says a question for you, Free. Do you rate Billy Joe as a fighter? Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. I think he's world class. I've watched him like train. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, guy's amazing.
I think he's very good.
If anyone's gonna beat Canelo, it'll be Billy Joe.
Yeah, it's him. Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting when we do those shows as well. Because the thing is, like I said, I'm not saying he can't beat Canelo. I'm just saying the judges don't. I just don't think.
Yeah, it's not a give. It's not. He's the one of them fighters, isn't it? Like you have to convince him to beat him.
Yes, like I'm saying, Billy Joe would have to win 10 out of the 12 rounds for them to be like
Billy Joe.
Yes, comfortably.
Yeah, Billy Joe's definitely got the skill set to do that, though.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, it's just whether he can beat him. It's just whether he does it on the night. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
because Canelo,
I've seen all different types of Billy Joe Saunders. I've seen him fight exceptionally well, and I've seen him fight poor.
Yes.
And make it difficult for himself when it's just some guy that's not even on his level. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's which guy turns up.
Yeah, one thing I will say about him, I think he's one of those, the better, we were talking about White and getting up for your opponent and being excited. I think he's going to be ecstatic for this. Because this is his moment to now show, is he as good as what's his ceiling? Because even if he loses, it's one of them, even if he wins the fight, but they rob him of it, his stock's going through the roof. Stock's going through the roof.
And for me, he's one of those fighters that if he does win, and he actually wins, he's one of those fighters I feel like will hold on to the title for a while as well. He's not someone who's easily beaten. Like
you get a rematch straight away, which would be great. Yeah, hopefully it's over here. Rematch straight away, and then boom.
That's standard.
Yeah, there'll be a rematch straight away. But that's going to be very interesting to see. So yeah, you will get.
Is it both their? It's both their titles on the line in it as well. All Canelo's and then Billy Joe's.
I'll check now. 1 second. I'm literally going to check what is on the line.
Yeah, because he's got one title, Billy Joe. Yeah. So he's got one title, and then I think Canelo's got. Has he got all three? Or the other three?
Is it undisputed? Mad.
No, it's not undisputed, is it? It's a unification. Okay. It can't be undisputed. Someone else must have another belt somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So he's got two. So he's got two. Billy Joe's got one. So I don't know who's got the other one.
I'm literally just having a look here and searching it up right now to see what's what.
Floyd probably retired with it and said, "I'm not giving this shit back."
Yeah.
Bet, bro.
Oh, did you see De La Hoya's fighting in it as well? He's making a comeback.
Yeah, man just need to allow it, yo.
Bro, the only thing he's fighting is coronavirus. That's it.
Nah, this guy.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Honestly, bro, what's he doing? Like, what's he doing?
I have no idea.
Oh, no, man, he's 4 years of age, bro.
Man coming back for a quick check. So I'm looking at the super middleweight division. So you're right. Canelo has the WBA, WBC, and the Ring. Billy Joe Saunders, the Ring magazine, and Billy Joe Saunders has WBO. Caleb Plant is the one with the
IBF. IBF, yeah.
So it is a unification. So basically, the winner of this is super middleweight king. Yeah, it's a super middleweight king. This is going to be interesting. So yeah. Well, that's what's going to happen. Obviously, we'll do Chisora Parker. So you get a preview for that, then a recap the night of. And then the same for Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders. And then hopefully, by the time Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders comes around in May, we're discussing the big one that we all want to see. That everyone wants to talk about. The one we're opening
June, July, innit? That's what they're hoping for.
Yeah. And a date, and we're good.
And that's the one we're going to open up the lines for from the show. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And like everybody I know has got so many opinions on that. There's so many variables. I'm looking forward to, as much as I'm looking forward to the bout and the build, I'm looking forward to our shows. I might have to do more than one.
It's going to be big.
I know so many people are going to have thoughts on. Everyone's got a thought on that. Everybody has.
People that don't even really watch boxing have got a thought on it.
That's my point. You know what I'm saying?
That's
it's one of them.
Best fighters.
It's a conversation starter, innit? Or who you got? AJ Fury. It's one of them. Yeah, when hopefully we're all back drinking and stuff and out and about. That's one of them. You got AJ Fury. I'm not sure. Like, it's a conversation starter like that. But love to everyone who has locked in with us.
We might have to make that a watch-along episode, you know. If we're all together by that point.
All right, cool. Yeah. If we're all in the same place.
Episode,
we can do that if we're all in the same place in that. Yeah.
That'll be sick.
That'll be crazy. And then open up the phone lines. That'll be hilarious, bro.
Yeah. It'll be very interesting. Very, very interesting. But love to you lot. Like I said, we touched on the fight. This has been the Dillian White, Alexander Povetkin 2 recap. Hopefully, like I said, we'll see White back soon. Hopefully against hopefully we're wrong, and hopefully they do the deal with Wilder. That's what I'm hoping for. They get the deal done with Wilder. That's my fight. Or USYK fighting. Yeah, it's Wilder I want to see him against, but that's just me. But we'll go to you, Beans. Anything else you want to add in regards to the fight and anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right, bless up. Same to you, Lindrix. Anything you want to add before we cut?
All good on the fights. Make sure you guys keep tuning in, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you tune into Walk to the Octagon, the next one. Make sure you tune into Sports Q&A, Sarcasm City, Man Them United, Gal Them United. So many shows. They're all coming up. We've got a new relationship show coming soon. Make sure you tune into the Music Minded podcast next week as well. And make sure you go check out my EP, Get to Know You, on all streaming platforms, and follow us all on social media. It's all down there. Thank you. Peace out.
There you go. Lindrick, Zayla, people. And someone asked as well, actually, because you just mentioned Walk to the Octagon as well. When are you doing a recap of that fight? Or have you done it? Did you do a recap?
No, it's tonight, isn't it?
Oh, it's tonight.
Yeah, it's tonight.
It's tonight. Someone mentioned it. So, yeah, you will be getting a recap.
I reckon we'll do it Monday or Tuesday.
There you go.
Yeah, Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah. So Walk to the Octagon podcast will be back Monday or Tuesday, though, recapping. I can never pronounce these guys' names in UFC and that.
Stipe Miocic versus Francis Ngannou.
Yeah. So, yeah, what Bean said.
You know
what I'm saying? What Bean said. The recap of that. It won't be tonight, but you'll get that on the Monday or the Tuesday. Walk to the Octagon will be returning. There's a playlist for every single show on the channel. There's a playlist for. So if you want to just go directly to Walk to the Octagon, click the Walk to the Octagon playlist, and you'll find the shows. Same for Big Fights, Big Nights, and all the other shows on there. We're going to continue to add shows, continue to create content. Love to you lot who have love to you lot who continue to support as well, innit? Big up, enough love to you lot. And this has been the Big Fights, Big Nights only show on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.